It is game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The New York Knicks are on the road in Indiana to take on the Pacers, seeing if they can force a game 7. My best bets are on the way. As always, my name's Austin. Thank you for tuning in. We're posting this video a little bit early before the game on Saturday, but hopefully you're locked in depending on whenever you're watching this. Let's dominate the board today. As always, we hop into a recap of yesterday or how we did the day before. And unfortunately, we lost in the NBA. One of our first losers in a hot minute, Andrew Nemhard's over in points. He missed a couple layups, but honestly, it wasn't a good read. I'm kicking myself. One of my favorite reads was Haliburton's under in threes. Just was minus 150, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, kick myself. Should have had an 8th straight winner, but on a 7-1, we've cashed 7 of our last 8 props. I'm not too mad there. Just a little bit annoyed. I wish we had 8 in a row. I do want to note though, Day 4 of the ladder challenge did cash. By the time you're watching this video, there is a chance that day 5 is already live. So if it is live, it'll be a YouTube short. And if it isn't live, we'll just wait. I'm trying to get it live by Friday evening, right after I record this video. So tap into that. Hopefully we can cash day 5. Maybe I'll talk about it at the end of the video. But let's dive into things. As always, we're going to have some sort of daily fantasy parlay at the end of the videos. Today, we're going back to Underdog Fantasy. Reminder, one of our favorite DFS apps out there. Again, sign up using my code COS or the link in the description. $1,000 deposit match, and you'll get this Jalen Brunson free pick for him to score 1 point. But let's go into my favorite prop of the day. And my favorite prop in this game 6, and it's a guy that had a great game 4. He was a complete no-show in game 5. Today we're backing him. It's Tyrese Haliburton over 20.5 points, minus 115 on Bet365. Now, I took this for a half unit. You can take it at 21.5. I think Haliburton scores 25 or more tonight, at least on Saturday night in game 6. Now, we talked to Haliburton. This is a guy that's kind of like a roller coaster. Some games he looks elite. Some games he just looks like he's not there. And that's kind of what he was in game 5. Heck, you could say the whole same thing for the Pacers. They just feel like they didn't show up. It's like they were like, you know what? We want to finish things out at home. And so they gave the Knicks a game. I don't know what they were doing, but and credit to the Knicks. Their defense showed up and props to them. But Haliburton has to be better. And I think he knows that. And he was great in game 4. And I expect more of the same sort of thing in this game, where we know Haliburton has been a guy that's been really good at home. That's basically been his numbers this season. On the road, he's been poor, but at home, he's been dominant. And just kind of highlight how much they need Haliburton to just be aggressive. I pulled up his stats. Now, I won't flash them on the screen, but I'll just read them off to you. This season and this postseason, let's just say the postseason, the Pacers are 6-0 in the postseason when Haliburton goes over this line. So when he's aggressive scoring the basketball, it opens up everything else for the offense, and they win. In the regular season, when he went over this line, scored 21 or more points, they were 24-3. So it comes all the way back to they need Haliburton to be aggressive, especially in a playoff game. We know the Knicks are going to try their best to slow him down, and they switched up a little bit of what they did defensively in game 5, picking him up closer to half court instead of closer to the 3-point line. But still, he is Haliburton. He's the guy with the ball in his hands nonstop, and he's going to get open opportunities, and the Knicks are happy to switch a big man onto him. They trapped him a little bit with Jalen Brunson. They didn't want Jalen Brunson switched onto him, but more or less, he had opportunities to score. He just wasn't aggressive. At the end of the day, this game, they need him to be aggressive. They can't afford to go back. They don't want to go back to Madison Square Garden for a game 7. I would expect Haliburton to be very aggressive tonight and shoot 15 or more times. And this season, when he's attempted 15 or more shots at home, he averages 25 points per game, going over this line in 16 of 20 games. We took this prop, in game 3? We took him for 20 plus points, and he ended on 20 plus on the dot. I couldn't really find a playable line at 20 plus. You can lay the juice there, but that was like minus 145. I mean, it was mostly minus 160s. I don't really want to lay the juice on a prop like that, whereas it was like minus 125 in game 3. I think Haliburton scores 21, 25, maybe even 30 points. They need him to be aggressive. Simple as that. You can maybe tack on the rebounds and assists. I don't blame you there. But I think at the end of the day, Haliburton's playing well. It's because he's scoring the basketball. The Knicks are going to be willing to live with him beating them, scoring the basketball. I love his over in points as my favorite player prop in this game 6. I'll have a couple more prop leans in a second. We'll get into our underdog pick, but I do want to highlight who I would pick on a spread if I had to bet it. I'd be running it back with the Pacers minus 3.5. Now, it is true. I'm a Knicks fan, and I don't play these leans, so I wouldn't be mad if it lost. I just think that they will come out with more energy in this one, and they have been a really good home team all season long, and I love the Knicks. I hope that this is wrong, but I just don't know if they got enough defensive energy in there. It just feels like their defense isn't consistently there. And I could see them going away from Mitchell Robinson. He really hasn't been a big factor last game, unless Cat gets into foul trouble. But I just think the Pacers kind of gave them that game. And back at home, they're going to come out with a ton of energy. So if you love the Pacers, maybe you back them more in the first half. I don't honestly hate a Pacers first half angle. I just think you'll see a lot of energy from that team and the crowd in that first half. I anticipate the Knicks being down in this game. They're going to be down 10 or 15 points. We'll see if they can come back. I would just lean the Pacers -3.5 if I had to bet anything on a side or spread. You see my lean there. I'm not the best game pick kind of guy, but I like to do them when the playoffs roll around and we're sticking to just one game. As for some other props before getting to my wife's POD, here are some other props I took a peek at, and I'm playing them on Underdog. A reminder, Underdog Fantasy, if you sign up, there's a link down below. You can just click it. It'll automatically load in the code for you, code COS. But or you could just go to Underdog and download the app and input that promo code. COS will get you the Sprunset free pick, the only way you get it there. And you also get a deposit match up to $1,000. Here are some other props that I looked at, but I really don't want to force a ton of props into a game 6. You're looking at Aaron Nesmith, less than 11.5 points. I like Nesmith. He's a great three-point shooter, but something just looks off for him. We got lucky that in the day before the ladder challenge, he knocked down his three, and that was the only points he scored. He just doesn't look good. He looks unhealthy out there, and maybe he scores 12 points. Could happen, but he just doesn't look great. Benedict Mathurin coming on strong too. Maybe he loses some minutes here. It's not like Mathurin played poor defense on Brunson. So again, I don't know if maybe they're not letting everyone know how extreme the ankle injury is, something like that. I would just fade him. Same for Bridges and OG Anunoby. I just don't trust either of those two guys to make threes on the road. Bridges, not really a great shooter on the road. Also doesn't shoot a ton of threes, mostly taking Haliburton into the paint, into that mid-range. And then OG, we know what he's been doing from the three-point line. It hasn't been great. He's also not getting a ton of looks either, so he won't be in the ladder. I just don't like that. And then Tyrese in there for 20.5 points, my regular prop. So turn $20 into like 120, 130. I do like that underdog slip. Again, you can sign up using my code COS. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 and give you that Brunson free pick. So take advantage of that. My wife's POD, she was on Jalen Brunson's 30+ points or is over in game 5. Today, she's going to an under. An interesting one. I don't know if I agree with it, but hey, it's my wife. I'm not supposed to put any input into her picks. She does it all by herself. It is Spicy P is under 20.5 points. I don't hate the play. I don't. I could see it being pretty sharp where he's sitting at like 17, 19, somewhere like that. But she wanted under. She doesn't take under. So the fact that she came out with a Spicy P under when I gave her my phone, surprising. But hey, that is the wife's POD. See if she can move to 6 and 5. And we can see what happens. Now, in terms of the day 5 of the ladder challenge, like I said, it might already be posted. And if it is posted, I'll try to link it on the screen in a second. I'm looking at some Haliburton overs. That's a no-brainer. Probably Brunson, back to him. Cat, we'll see about him. Pascal Siakam, probably there too. I kind of have a slip already up on my screen that I kind of have a good idea of what I want to do, but I'll put the fine touches on it. If the Knicks do force a game 6, or not game 6, a game 7, hopefully we'd be able to do day 6 in there. If not, we'll probably give it a couple days off until the NBA Finals starts, which I believe is on June 5th. So we'll see how this game goes. I hope the Knicks force a game 7 so we can have some more basketball to watch. If not, I'll be off on the NBA videos until June 5th, although I'll probably upload the video early on like June 4th. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. But hopefully, knock on wood, Haliburton comes through for points. If the Knicks want to win, cool. If not, at least hope day 6 cashes or day 5 cashes. And then we'll move on to the NBA Finals where at least if the Pacers are there, we just need them to win one game because I don't think they're beating the Thunder. But if they can, sure, then we can hopefully complete the ladder this NBA season. We'll do an MLB ladder sometime, probably after the NBA season ends. But we'll worry about that later in life. Let's just cash our plays, cash day 5, the ladder challenge. And if it is live already, I will link it on the screen. Good luck, everyone. Go Knicks. Unless you're a Pacers fan, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Please stick around. And hopefully Haliburton takes us home with those points. See you guys back in the next one. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.